Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. This video is about the past simple tense, the most basic English tense, and it's part of a video series going over all 12 tenses. The past simple is the tense we use most often to talk about the past. The structure of positive sentences in the past simple is subject plus the past simple form of the main verb. For example, I talked to her yesterday. The past simple is usually used to describe completed past actions. So it's something that began in the past and ended in the past. I visited my parents in Turkey last month. My wife painted a wonderful landscape yesterday. We went to the library yesterday evening. Can you create 3 sentences describing something you did using the past simple? We also need to talk about the structure of negative and question sentences in the past simple. So the positive sentences are just subject plus main verb, like I talked to her yesterday. For negative sentences, we do subject plus did plus not plus the main verb. So I didn't talk to her yesterday. For the question sentence, we use did plus subject plus main verb. Did I talk to her yesterday? We need to be careful when we use to be with the past simple. It comes in 2 different forms, was or were. Here's some examples. She was happy. Was he happy? They were not happy. We were happy. Were you happy? I was happy. Was it happy? Here's a look at to be with positive, negative, and question sentences. She was cold. She wasn't cold. Was she cold? When do we use the past simple? Generally speaking, we use the past simple to talk about an action, situation, or event in the past. The action, situation, or event can be long or short. Here's some examples. The car smelled bad yesterday. She went to the library. We did not hear the dog barking. I lived in New Zealand for 5 years. Did you eat dinner last night? It does not matter how long ago the event is. It can be a few minutes or a few seconds in the past, or even millions of years in the past. Also, it does not matter how long the event is. It can be a few milliseconds or millions of years. We use the past simple when the event is in the past. I graduated from university. The event is completely finished. World War I ended in 1918. And when we say or understand the time and or place of the event. I went to the library yesterday. We're going to go into some more advanced rules to really get you thinking about unusual and special situations. We use the past simple for actions when we are telling a story. We use the present continuous to set the scene or describe longer background events in the story. So when you're telling a story, often you'll use 2 tenses, past simple and past continuous. Here's an example of a story. I was walking down the road when I saw a large snake. It slithered across the road and disappeared into the bushes. Look at the verbs. The first verb is a continuous tense. I was walking. But the second and third are past simple. Slithered, disappeared. We may use did when we want to emphasize or contradict something. Why didn't you go to the party? I did go. Why did Mary yell at her mother? I don't know. That did seem a bit strange. We want to emphasize that it really was strange. After drinking the turmeric juice, I did, in fact, feel better. We want to emphasize that the turmeric juice was really good and healthy. The next rule, we use the past simple in the time clause of a sentence that has a time clause using since. I haven't been to the movies since I moved here. Since she ran the marathon, she hasn't been able to move her legs. When we talk about 2 events or activities that went on over the same period of past time, we can often use the past simple and past continuous with the same meaning. Maria washed the dishes while Gennaro cleaned the table. Maria was washing the dishes while Gennaro was cleaning the table. In these two sentences, past continuous and past simple have the same meaning. When we talk about two or more past completed events that followed one another, one after the other, we use the past simple for both, if they are both completed. The alarm clock rang and I got out of bed. Joni missed the shot and Antonio rebounded the ball. We usually use the past simple to talk about repeated past actions. Did you do something in the past many times? Did you repeat it? You can use the past simple. I went to the movies 3 times. Did you drink papaya smoothies every day? If we want to emphasize, however, that the repeated activity went on for a limited time and temporary period of past time, we use past continuous. When my grandmother was in the hospital, I was visiting her 3 times a week. To lose weight, I wasn't eating any cake or drinking any beer. In these sentences, we want to emphasize that the activity went on for a limited time or temporary period. We can use either the past simple or the past continuous to talk about things we intended to do but didn't. I meant to write you a letter last week. This implies I wanted to do it, but I didn't. I was meaning to write you a letter last week. Here we have the past continuous and it's a similar situation. So here you can choose meant or meaning. If we are talking about things we intended to do but didn't do and won't do in the future, we can use many different tenses. In this situation, you have a lot of options. Past simple, I planned to eat breakfast at the diner, but it's closed. Past perfect, I had planned to eat breakfast at the diner, but it's closed. Past continuous, I was planning to eat breakfast at the diner, but it's closed. Past perfect continuous, I had been planning to eat breakfast at the diner, but it's closed. So it's kind of funny, in this particular situation, you can use 4 different tenses. That's all for the advanced rules. I hope it wasn't too confusing. Make sure to review the lesson and complete the worksheets. And we're going to go on and do a little quiz to test your knowledge. We'll start with multiple choice. Pause the video and try to pick the right answer. Okay, after she played baseball, she walked home. Okay, my friend felt unwell, so I took her to the hospital. The hospital was crowded, so we had to wait for an hour before seeing a doctor. They were confident in their skills because they studied extensively. Although the lamp was expensive, I bought it anyway. This part is fill in the blank. Look at the verbs and put them into the right sentence in the right form. I'll give you a couple seconds to pause the video and do that. Okay, I'll tell you the answers. It was getting late, so we tried to go home. Although it was hot, I went out and played basketball. I tried my hardest, but I still failed. It's hard to study online because my computer broke. She told me that she saw a blue whale in the Pacific Ocean. Now, let's practice composition. Get a piece of paper and write 5 sentences with the following verbs: exceed, rest, infer, beget, and steal. There's some unusual verbs there which you might need to look up, but I do wish you good luck with that, and that's the end of our past simple. So I hope that you watch the rest of the course, and good luck studying.